Toastmaster Victor. This primate can dance. This primate can dance. Toastmaster Victor.
Thank you. Good morning, my fellow primates. Yes, that's how I call all human beings. After all, we are just advanced monkeys on this space rock, traveling in infinite space. Just by this understanding, we will humble ourselves and we learn a lot. And I learned something a few months back, and that's what I'm here to say. It was another Sunday morning. The sun was shining bright and the world was out for me to conquer. But I was out there on my couch, helping struggling artists survive and make some money. Yes, I was doom scrolling and looking at endless reels. That's when my wife appeared in front of me and asked, Victor, on weekdays you're looking at your laptop and on weekends you're glued to your phone. Come, let's do something worthwhile. And she took me directly to our mother-in-law's house. And while I was sitting there with a mixer in my hand and being interrogated by two ladies, I realized every husband needs a third space. Somewhere he can be beyond the home and work. And that's when I also realized I had an office cricket game coming up. So I decided to sign up. Next week, I went to the cricket match. And on the first day, believe it or not, I hit 200. Double century. Heart rate, not runs. Just when trying to tie my pad, I fell down. I was on my back with my legs wide as if I was giving birth to a baby. A HR ran up to me and said, Victor, are you okay? Do you need any support? Yes, some cheer girls should help. She looked at me, hey Victor, posh. I with the giddy head looked at her and said, posh not required. Someone average is also okay. Turns out, posh stands for prevention of sexual harassment. Well, someone should tell it to the IPL guys. Even my nephew is watching it every day on TV. I told her, but she didn't buy it. She gave me a stern warning. And on my way back, I realized it wasn't a warning. My subordinates, these Gen Z kids, they didn't even hide their laughter when I fell down. They were laughing just like that. And with a broken leg, a broken heart, and a bruised ego, I was driving back and I saw a cricket ground. And there I saw some middle-aged men. Until that point, only one thing was running in my mind. It was like, Victor, you're old, gone. Tomorrow they will put condolence status for you on WhatsApp. Condolence being continuously. That's when I saw these young adults, middle-aged men like me. I thought maybe I would fit with them. I found that reason and I walked in. Because batting didn't work, this time I took bowling. And I bowled. The coach was impressed. He wanted me to come for practice in the next week. Wow. But the only catch was it begins at 5 a.m. in the morning. You know what that means, right? It means you have to wake up and go out of the house before all the CCTV cameras in your area get activated. I am talking about that uncles and aunties who stand in the balcony. Every time you take out your bike, there will be someone looking at you. And I did that. I kept 5 alarms and I slept through all of them. But one voice, peculiar to Chennai, woke me up. Idiapoi! And that made me realize I was late. I just took my bag, cricketing kit, and I ran out. And all those CCTV cameras were buying idiapam out there. They saw me with my cricketing gear and said, Ambi, new hobby, huh? Yes, sir, thank you. And I just went. And by the time I reached the ground, I already got a message on the area group. Oh, Victor has joined IPL. These CCTVs got activated. But this ground, this morning, looked completely different. There was a lot of mist. A fun cricket ground last week suddenly looked like a kung fu movie. Everyone was doing something. There was one guy standing like this. I was like, bro, why are you tying your shoelace like that? Sit down and tie. And that's when I realized they were all working out and doing exercises. But I still went there and said, good morning, my dear primates. And everyone started clapping. Whoa! Wow, what an encouraging crowd. Then I looked at the coach. He was looking at me and he smiled. Apparently there's a rule. If you come late, you have to do all the exercise 3 times. And I did that. And finally, I came back and I realized that this primate, I can also dance to a lot of speed. And I decided I'm never going there. I'm never going back. I gave up. I went back home and my mother-in-law called me. Mummy, looks like you already joined IPL. The CCTVs are already made it. So I have no other option. I can't quit. I had to go back to this cricket ground. And I went. Every week I just showed up, even without interest. But just by being there, just by going there and pushing my limits, pushing my imperfections, I realized my body was getting stronger, faster, and I was slowly able to keep up with the other team members over there. That's when I realized I've been looking at things the wrong way throughout my life. I've been looking at it with the wrong lens. And I need to use the lens of my favorite movie director, who is known to look at the tiny imperfections in every human being and finding profound beauty in it. Let me just bring him in. Waste guy, sir, he is. Waste guy. This Victor. Always giving reasons. Always finding faults. Always using his imperfection as a crutches to not achieve his full potential. Look at now, he's telling you he wants to play cricket. But he doesn't realize that every human being is imperfect. Even the cricket ball that he's playing with is not a perfect sphere. It's imperfect. That is why he was able to swing and spin. That's the beauty of imperfection. I think every human being, you should all embrace your imperfectness. And only then you can achieve your full potential. And I hope this useless guy also achieves it. Back to you. Well, you've now heard it from my virtual mentor. I invite you all to embrace your imperfections just like I did. Because only when you do that, you realize that you can also dance. But not with pain, but dance like the great Muhammad Ali. Smooth like a butterfly, string like a bee. So my dear primates, I invite you all to embrace your imperfections. Come and dance with me. Because the world is a dance floor, life is a party. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. So we were talking about how to deal with Gen Z kids.